Welcome to another episode of Palm Trees and Progress Presents on NBC KCAA 102.3 FM, 106.5 FM, and 1050 AM in the Inland Empire and worldwide on all streaming platforms. I'm your host, Eric Xavier Solosorio, and we'll join with us eventually, like always, will be our better half of the show, Andrew Berkeley, Big Dog Tavares. I'm even going to give him a little bit of premature air horns. Just gonna do that for him, and then some claps. Let's give him the clap. I'm sure it's not the first time he's gonna get that, or the last. All right. As always, we got a great show planned for the listeners. We'll be chopping it up, going over some news articles, and we also have a part 2 to have our guest Logan. What are we calling him? Because he's doing a little anonymous thing because of the storytelling. What's his last name again that we're going by?
Logan Xavier.
Logan Xavier. We're gonna have Logan Xavier continue some awesome stories, but I don't know how to preface it, but we're gonna have him continue and stuff. But before that, what's going on? We got a special guest in the studio today. What is going on?
What's up, my brother? How are you, man?
Good. How are you?
Doing good, man. Just real quick, you just filled me in. Today's your mom's birthday, man. So happy birthday.
Oh, yep.
Prima, love you.
Happy birthday, Mom. She, had an awesome birthday party. Yeah, we're definitely gonna get into that. But happy birthday, Mom. She's out in Laughlin, just soaking up the sun, hopefully getting free drinks from the cocktail waitresses. And we went to the Bikini Bar out in Laughlin. When's the last time you went out there?
Jesus, dude. Can't remember. Probably close to 10 years ago, man.
Oh, dude, we got to fix that.
Yeah.
We got to fix that. Hopefully from how much money I, was dumping in the machines, I get a couple free rooms soon enough.
Nice.
Yeah. So first time I went to the Bikini Bar over there was on Mother's Day a couple years ago with my mom. And a couple other family members. It was a good time. Funny stuff. We went during the day shift at a Bikini Bar on Mother's Day, huh, guys? Woo! Bunch of babes.
Hardworking moms.
Yeah, literally. And there was one that was Prego. She was I'm not joking. I swear on everything. There was one that was Prego, and she was holding it down. So shout out to all the moms.
No days off.
No, it's true. Don't forget to watch the show MILF Manor, currently out right now. MILF Manor season 2. Check it out if you guys like trash television. Yeah, how was your weekend before we bring on our guest?
It's good, man. Just recovering. Didn't go to jiu-jitsu, dude. I'm an old man, so I was too sore from last week.
Was it just the first class or the
yeah, dude.
Okay, hey, dude, I totally get it, man. Like you don't want to overexert yourself on something like that too. Like especially you don't want to burn yourself. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes I don't skate for like a week and then I go back to it and like I have to take it easy and it sucks. Yeah. Every time I'm like, oh man, I should be going harder, but I know the week that I took off I feel it.
Yeah, man, it was cool. Just did that. We did my daughter's end of the year party for the 2024 national champion Rialto High School cheer team.
Awesome.
And so we had they didn't get the rings in yet though, man. So it was kind of a bummer.
Oh.
Because so now they have to wait till the first week of June supposedly. So
what the heck? Hey, school, hurry up.
Let's go.
Get them their rings. Am I right? Yeah, dude. I don't want to sound like a needy girlfriend that's looking for it, but like, get them their rings, right? Where's the ring at?
Put a ring on it.
Yeah, put a freaking. Do they not listen to Beyonce?
Yeah.
Put a ring on it. Speaking of daughters, awesome day today. My daughter had her first little solo in her music recital at school, so that was pretty awesome.
Nice.
Be Our Guest. She did a little solo on Be Our Guest, and last night I dropped by and after school I got her a little present before, just to get rid of those nerves if she had any, and she's like, "Hey, Dad, can you not like do what you did last time?" And for like when she got an award. I was like, "What are you talking about, babe?" She's like, when you like yelled and said, "That's my big dog." And I was like, "I don't know, dude. Like, that's kind of what dads are for. We're supposed to embarrass you." And I was like, "All right, I don't know." She does her recital. She does the song. there's not enough time for me to yell, "That's my big dog."
Yeah.
In between, like after her solo, and then for the next song, not enough time. And so I was like, "Dang, she got away with it." I told a couple other parents that I'm friends with there. I'm like, "Yeah, she told me, don't do that."
Right.
So after the recital, they let the parents go up and take pictures with them and all that. And right when she's leaving, I'm like, "Oh, whoa, 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 that's my big dog." You just see her get all red, and she just starts punching her hand like, "I'm gonna get you, Dad."
I love it.
Oh, it was a good time.
And it never stops, man. It never stops. I embarrassed Brooklyn this weekend too, man. So during the
Go off, King.
oh, dude, during the they were giving them like just a little gifts and awards. They were saying a little bit something, and the coaches were talking, and my good buddy James, he actually hosted, man. So thanks, James. A little shout out to him.
Shout out to James.
Yeah, man. So he hosted the party for us, and just amazing, just set up backyard. It just looks like we call it Vega Dice, but
I'm sorry, what?
Vega. Yeah, his last name's Vega.
Oh, okay.
But it's like paradise, man, back there. But so anyhow, I went up there and we got
you for us, the listeners, and Logan, I don't.
You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, you just explained. You're just doing inside jokes.
Yeah.
Without any like
No.
explanation. I'm like, wait.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Is it like Vegas? And,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Dice? Okay, all right.
So we
Clarification.
Yeah, so we got him a little gift, man, just to thank him for hosting. And when I was explaining our friendship and whatnot, I got into this whole thing about leadership and some of the seniors leaving, and I can just see Brooklyn just staring down, just staring at me like, "Oh God, please stop." And I started just kind of long-winded and went on and on and on and on, and she was just like, "Oh Jesus!"
Oh,
so it never
yes.
stops, man. It never stops.
Yeah,
but.
yeah. That's awesome to hear. Yeah, you know what? Before we move on and bring on our guests, I did want to get in a little bit more Laughlin tip. I brought my friend, my lady, for the first time out there, and we got there the night before. We're able to surprise my mom, like decorating her room before she got there. It was awesome. And I think I got my lady like addicted to gambling. Like she definitely has an addictive personality, and just seeing her like eyeball the machines and just like, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I felt bad. I feel like those crack dealers that they say like, oh, they give out the first one for free. You know what I mean? Because they keep coming back. I'm like, well, I blame Edgewater or Pioneer because they give them $10 free for when they sign up. So that's on them. But she won $560 first night, bro.
Sponsored.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So I think that's why. Later on, I was like, hey, I don't know if you should keep gambling because $560 up first night. I'd probably call it. That's what I would do. I've gambled, enough times. I'm like, I'm gonna lose it all if I keep going. And then so Saturday we don't gamble much. It's up and down. Then Sunday she loses $100 like that, bro. And I was like, you know what? I hate to see it happen, but I think this was needed.
Yeah.
I think this is a humbling experience you needed. Yeah. And she's like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I was ready. Like, I'm gonna win a bunch of money off these slots. She said, and yeah, like losing $100 in like 20 minutes or something like that. That'll do it to you. I like the slot machines over there. Not the slot machines. Playing blackjack. I like playing blackjack over there. Even the video ones, because it's like next to the bar, so I get my free drinks right away. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just getting my drinks, and even if I'm like losing, I still win. Yeah. Considered like the Red Bull and Tito's. I'm like, oh, that's free. Let's go. So that's always pretty fun. I played the slot machine once, lost $10 in like 2 seconds. And I was like, I hate this. If I lose $10 on blackjack or you lose money on blackjack, I'm like, well, I know I have a little bit of control. You know what I mean? I'm like, right. Whether I pull the bus card or I don't, I'm like, I should have. A little bit more control. But that was about my weekend. Came back to town on Monday. Don't tell my boss.
It's the day you were sick, right? That's the day you called me and said you were sick.
Yeah, exactly.
Under the weather.
Yeah. Luckily, I come in on 3 p.m. on Monday, so I somehow managed to make it. But
so you recovered?
I did. I did recover. I did recover.
You sounded really bad that morning. Wink, wink.
Yeah, all that liquid IV.
Ooh.
Yes.
Unofficial sponsor of the show.
Exactly. All right. Well, without any further ado, should we bring on our guest? You want to talk him in while I get the song loaded?
Sure, man. So for people that didn't tune in the first time, I met Logan at work, man, and he just has an amazing story. Like I said, I dubbed him the unicorn for a reason. because we're not supposed to see people like this around. You know, he did last time. He talked a little bit about how he got into his addiction, and pretty much left us on a cliffhanger, where he led police on a high-speed chase. So kind of left us on that, and today he's going to start us off by starting on the details on that. So Eric and I kind of heard a little glimpse of it, so I hope he retells it just the same. So without further ado, Logan Xavier.
Logan Xavier. Brr, 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 brr. All right. Logan, thanks again for taking the time and being part of the show again, man. We appreciate you. Your story, like Luis put so eloquently, better than I did. I was like, he had a cool story. It was like an amazing story, and to say where you're at now and being such a hardworking citizen and a contributing member of society. Is that a good one?
Perfect.
All right. I killed it that time. But yeah, we did hear a little bit of it over at Mr. Tacos. Shout out to Mr. Tacos. Well, how much did I say I spent on that Michi mix? Was
Jeez. Yeah, it's worth every penny though, man.
Yeah, because you're trying. We got to get them as a sponsor, dude. They're like right around the corner. They were lit. That lady did not like me. I feel like that the waitress, despite how nice I was, she's like, this guy sucks.
Really?
Yeah.
She's
You're asking for an IPA at a Mexican joint. I'm like, I don't know. Lagunitas sounds cool, dude. Like Lagunitas. You know, like you say it like that, dude. I don't know. And then she was digging Logan. She was for sure was. I mean, he was obviously, he's like, I'm going back home to my lady and family. But
yeah,
I feel like for sure I was like, dude.
Yeah, it's the mustache. Yeah.
All right. Hey, Logan, thanks again, man. You want to say anything while we first bring you on?
Oh yeah, thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem, man. I heard Universal Studios was a bop. Everyone could hang except for Luis, apparently.
he laced
So
me, dude.
Zins.
He laced me, dude. I keep telling him, man, what did he lace me with, man?
just so you don't, like, for an ego, right? Like,
Oh,
you got,
jeez.
just for your ego not to go away. You're like, no, that for sure. I got, like, roofied, I think.
That was the whole pie, dude. It was not even a slice of humble pie. It was definitely, try to go back to, I could do, nope. Cannot do that anymore. So
oh man,
yeah, it was a humbling experience for sure, man. So, but yeah, and then what was it like? A few days later, there was that article that you sent that there was an accident
on the tram
yeah.
ride. Did you see? I didn't read much of the article. Did you read where it happened? Was it around the shark, the Jaws shark?
It looked like it was because I saw that bridge. They don't use it anymore, but it's like a bridge that used to like tear down. I forgot exactly.
The wooden one?
Yeah.
Oh,
So it looked like it was right as that turn. So I want to say it's going into like King Kong.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess
as long as it didn't run into Who Village, I'm fine.
Oh yeah. We didn't even see. There was a lot of things that unfortunately we didn't get to. They did the back lot. Earthquake was closed, so we didn't get to experience
and that's
that.
what you previously mentioned.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
your
man.
favorite. Oh,
Yeah, so
come
that
on,
was
Universal.
closed down. I know.
They're spending too much money on Nintendo, stuff. Like, come on, where's the classics at?
Yeah. So.
War of the Worlds was a pretty like dope one to see when I was nah.
Did they put us? We didn't
I
go
didn't
through
see
that.
that.
Yeah, we didn't.
That's
go
like where
through
they
that
have
either.
the big old airplanes all torn
Yeah.
up. You know what? Really hyped me up for that movie because I was on the lot before the movie came out. I was like, I bet you this movie's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, they did have the plane.
Oh, they
did
did?
it?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right. Yeah, it had not the video one, but it was just a plane to the side.
It was all crashed, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a crash.
yeah.
Crash
That might have been when the Cutwaters were cooking.
Have you guys seen that movie, War of the Worlds?
So.
Oh, I
Yeah,
believe
yeah.
I saw it. It was
Prob-
a good movie.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, I was gonna say a hot take. I saw it once.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
Did you ever hear the original story on that on the World of the Worlds broadcast?
Oh yes, yeah.
Dude.
Fill them up. I feel like you could probably spit it a little bit better.
Oh man, what's his name? Wells? Norman Wells? What was
That
it?
sounds about right. The
Yeah.
person, the broadcaster that
Yeah,
did it.
so they did it, and I guess it was whenever that time was, and I'm bad with history, but it went on as a live broadcast. But the people that had missed the introduction thought it was really going on, so they really thought that that we were being invaded. So
Oh, damn.
can you imagine? Yeah, no disclaimer, like no intermission, man. Like what's going on? Can you imagine just, honey, I'm home, and you turn on the radio, and there you go, man. We're being invaded.
Yeah, they thought it was just a regular news broadcast, man.
Yeah. So
Oh yeah. Ah, man, I'm just. trying to think of any news correspondent's name right now. I'm like, Julia.
Yeah. back then, man.
Good day, LA.
Yeah. Back then, I'm sure it was like Gretchen.
Gretchen Smith.
Yeah.
Gretchen Smith was just spitting down what was happening. Man, that is crazy. Yeah. Pretty gnarly story.
Yeah. So Logan, do you want to pick up where you left off, man? So you left us in the hot streets of was it Riverside or Moreno Valley that you were being on that leading the PD on that high speed chase?
It was in somewhere in Orange County. I don't want to name the exact
gotcha.
city.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Yeah. Full disclaimer. Speaking of disclaimers, right? Yeah. Yeah. So go ahead, man. Take us on the trip, dude.
Okay, so we had gone to a store, and then there was loss prevention over there. They tried to follow us after we had grabbed some stuff from the store.
Allegedly.
Yes, allegedly. And they had chased us down, and we had ended up losing them. And my friend had called an Uber to pick him up, and I'm like, I just swapped out the license plates real quick, and I'm like, we're good. I've been doing this for a while now. I'm like, we're good. It's been like maybe close to an hour after that. And then I swapped out the license plates. He took the Uber. I took the car. And there was this very smart cop. He was just waiting by the freeway. He ends up seeing me, and he flashes his lights, tries to pull me over. Well, he does pull me over. So I pull over to the shoulder on the freeway, and I wait for him to approach the door, and then I floor it. So I floor it, and then you see him just stumble a little bit, and then run back to his vehicle. And there's a good amount of traffic, but there's this construction area. So I'm like bobbing and weaving through the traffic, and then I see a construction area. So I go over to the shoulder, and then I just start flooring it down the construction area. And he's pretty close by. He's like going fast, but he's still like trying to avoid hitting the cars. I had no cares. I was just trying to get away from that officer. So like, thank God I didn't hit anybody. Like, I don't know how I didn't hit anybody, but I didn't hit anyone. But I end up getting off a shoulder, and there was a bunch of cars passing through the intersection, and I just floored it through the cars, like managed to get through them. And he was too scared. The police officer was too scared to go through. Well, maybe like he wanted to be mindful of everybody around him, and I wasn't very mindful. So I end up flooring it, going through them, and I'm going down for a little bit, and then I end up hitting a dead end.
Oh.
And somebody that had walked me through it, they're like, when you're in high speed chase, you don't ever go back. So that's what's playing in my head. I'm like, don't go back. Like, you can't go back. But after I hit this dead end, I'm like, okay, the only way I can move forward is getting out of the vehicle. So I slammed the car in park. Doors were wide open. Music was blasting.
I think I asked last time when we were talking, what song was playing? Was it Mambo No. 5 by Lou Vega? That'd be sick. Wait, do you remember what song it was? I feel like I remember. Was it System of a Down you were saying or something?
Yeah, I think it was System of a Down. It was definitely some rock music.
In the city.
I thought it was Creed.
Oh, with arms wide open.
Never made it as one.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, so you jumped out, music blasting, doors open.
Yeah, so I'm running through this park, and there's this water reservoir, and I was smoking a lot of cigarettes then, so I'm trying to run up it, and I don't have the best cardio, and I'm just running up it, falling back down, running up it, falling back down, like biggest tweaking moment of my life. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I can't get over this hill.
Literally.
And I run down a little more downwards to where the hill gets a little smaller, and then I hop through somebody's backyard. So in the water reservoir, there's actually water though.
Yeah.
And my shoes were all soaked. My pants were all soaked. So I ended up taking off my shoes, and it's this very hot day, and I'm running on the cement, and my feet are burning. They're like absolutely burning. So I'm like running, trying to
Doing the Mambo No. 5.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
Trying to run on the hot cement, and it's just like not working out for me. And I see this garage open, and it's just this this man's in this garage, and I run up to him. I'm like, hey, man, do you mind calling me an Uber? And then there's a helicopter overhead. And he's like, that helicopter's not for you, right? I'm like, no, not at all. I just need a ride. I'm like, I have money on me. I'll pay you. And he's like, yeah, I'll call you an Uber. And in that moment, I knew I was defeated already. I'm like, okay, you don't call Uber. You go to the app and then you order an Uber. But he gave me a Gatorade. I asked him if he had something to drink, and he handed me a Gatorade. And I'm like, okay, I'm defeated. I'm done for. Like, this is fine. I got my Gatorade. I'm on nice, like I'm in a garage. My feet aren't burning. So they had a good amount of officers come. They had K-9 unit. They had at least five officers there, 5 police cars there. And helicopter was still overhead. And they grabbed me from the garage, and then they start dragging me to the vehicle. And I'm like, no, please don't. The cement's hot. Don't drag me across there. Oh, and he's like, shut up, you're fine. And he just drags me to the car.
Man,
shut up, you're fine. Yeah. Horrible.
And I'm still out of breath. Like I was still out of breath from running, and I'm like trying to catch my breath over there. And they end up taking me in that day.
So after that, man, so obviously this is what's the process like? Do you get booked that night? Is it like a holding like center, or what exactly is that?
Yeah, so there's this holding center that they'll take you to. I was between a few different cities. Uh-huh. So I was right in between. So I went to a station that was for multiple stations. And they had me there for hours. And then they're like, oh, you really messed up. Like, they're telling me that. I'm like, what did I do? Like, trying to play it off. In my head, I'm like, they saw 2 people at the store. Yeah. And they see 1 person in the vehicle. How would they know it's me? Like, right. Like that's what I think. I thought I had a play on them. But they ended up holding me there for a while. And then they ended up taking me to somewhere in Orange County. They ended up taking me to Theo Lacey in Orange County. And I'm there for 9 months.
What was that first night like, man?
First night I was withdrawing from meth. I was messing around with heroin too. So I was withdrawing from meth and heroin. Mostly meth though. Meth was like my go-to drug, but heroin, the people I was hanging out with did that. So right. I was just doing it with them too. But my drug of choice was meth.
Yeah, I hear those withdrawals from heroin is like ugly, man.
Those are the worst. Yeah, my first addiction was pills, and it's like similar to heroin withdrawals, and it is the worst.
Yeah. I had a couple friends that battled with that stuff, and it was ugly seeing them, withdrawing and all that. But
you get diarrhea, you get the mad sweats. It's horrible.
Yeah. Man, so to be going through withdrawal in prison, or in the holding or whatever, that must have been a little hard and stuff. I mean, I can only imagine.
Yeah, so they'll keep you in there they'll keep you in the holding cell. It's about 3 days until you get a bed. And people in there that have been there, they're like, okay, like number one, you want a bed because you're gonna be more comfortable on a bed than anything. Yeah. And then as soon as you go in there, you're approached by whoever you run with. And I was running with homies at that time, so as soon as I go in there, like I'm in there for 3 days, and then I get transferred to get a bed.
Can you go into a little bit about what you run with, like for people that don't understand like the lingo of it?
Luis just watched Blood In, Blood Out, so he's can you give me a little bit more about that?
On Hulu.
On Hulu, guys, check it out.
Give them their credit.
Yo, Disney production? What the heck?
So they
that's insane.
Is it?
Yeah, dude.
So they own the rights to the movie. So it was the whatever is it Pyramid Pictures or whatever it was.
I was reading something about Disney Hollywood Productions.
Yeah, Hollywood Productions.
Yeah,
I'm
so
sorry.
that's insane.
Yeah, they own the rights to it, but like we were texting back and forth. There's actually the original cut is 5 hours long.
Yeah, and you just see Mickey in the beginning, like with the Steamboat Willie. He's got a little plaque on his freaking hand.
Yeah.
You see while he's drinking.
Leo Picasso. Oh god.
Oh gosh. Before we move on to that, I love your question, but I do gotta ask. Your driving skills when you were evading from the policia allegedly. Awesome. Never heard of anyone that was able to do that successfully. Do you ever play Grand Theft Auto? And did any of that? And did like, or do you now? And you're just like going beast mode all the time on Grand Theft Auto. Like, did any of that like? Did you play Grand Theft Auto?
I have played Grand Theft Auto.
Do
yes.
you think that? He's like, I'm a gosh darn American. I've played Grand Theft Auto. Don't you forget it? What are we talking? Vice City, San Andreas, 5. Grove Street. Did any of your driving while you were evading? Did you think any of that was based off Grand Theft Auto playing?
No, I had a. There, like in Grand Theft Auto, you could just smack as many cars as you want.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, like Burnout as well. Burnout 3.
Yeah, I was just honking my horn, like just holding my horn, and then the officers behind me. So I don't know what people were thinking. Like,
Yeah.
maybe they thought he was taking me somewhere, like,
Right,
helping me out because
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
just honking. He's escorting me.
Yeah. I've heard of. I had friends in high school. They were at a house party and there was just like some crews there, and then someone started shooting. My buddy caught a stray in his leg. Was jamming on the 91 to go to the nearest hospital. Got pulled over. Dude's bleeding out of his leg, and then my other buddy's driving, and he's like, "Yo, like I'm sorry, but like my buddy got shot and stuff." And then they escort him. He's like, "Dude, I was going like a $110."
Nice.
So yeah, you know what I mean. I get that. I'm driving. I'd be like, "Oh no, this guy's going to jail." If I saw that, I'm like, "Oh, dude, they're getting him."
Wow.
But so back to your question, Luis. Of
Oh yeah, so you said rolling with like a certain, so you have to. Can you go a little bit into that, like how that works?
Yes. So the first time you're in jail, you're approached by, like, say you look Hispanic or you look white or like whatever you look like. You'll be approached by somebody that looks like
your
you.
ethnicity, maybe.
Yeah, your ethnicity.
I gotta ask. I'm kind of vaguely. Well, I'm Mexican, but I vaguely look like. I kind of look like a vague ethnicity. Sometimes, depending on how long my beard is, I'm like Middle Eastern or like Italian or like I don't. I forget what else. But like, do you think they would recognize that I'm Mexican?
You might be a lottery pick, dude.
Yeah, I think the Woods would approach you.
Do you see what I mean, guys? Yeah. I mean, my friend. I was hoping to get hit up by, someone that hooks you up at the hookah shop, but
Yeah.
I am afraid that I would get approached by the Woods. That's basically what I was asking.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me know. I'm gonna stay out of trouble.
So now you have options.
I'm gonna stay out of trouble, guys.
Yes.
I'm like Drake. I got options.
It would be better to run with the Woods. They have less of a program.
Oh, sweet. Good to know.
But yeah, you'll be approached by either Asians, so it's Asian or others, it's blacks, it's Woods, and then it's Mexicans, and then Paisanos, homies.
Is
There's
this
homies
okay to
and
talk
paisanos.
about, by the way?
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
yeah, this is totally
Yeah,
fine to talk about.
yeah.
This is like common knowledge in like the criminal world.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll be approached by them, and then they'll ask you like, "Oh, are you homie?" And then you'll be like, "Okay, yeah." Or if you're not homie, you're like, "No, I run with the Woods," or "I run with the Asians," whoever you run with. And they have like a little care package for you. So they'll give you like a honey bun. They'll give you some soup. They'll give you they'll hook you up with a mattress. Like depending on who you run with, the homies they look out for each other. So they'll give you like they hook you up as soon as you go in there, and you get 3 days rest with the homies. So. It's a week rest. So you go in there, you rest for a week, and after that you're on strict program. So you got to wake up at a certain time. You're not allowed to nap at all until a certain time, and just in case anything pops off, they want to be the ones like ready.
Wow. So even going from that, like obviously, I guess you would almost call it militant or like a structure. From where you came from, like how hard was it to adjust to that?
It was pretty, it was easy because I liked the structure. I liked having to work out. Like they make you work out. You have to do 113 push-ups, 13 for the letter alphabet, like for M. Yeah, they're very religious for that stuff. It's kind of it's
that,
foolish,
dude.
but they're very religious.
I'd love
for
to
that.
stay at a hotel with them and be like, "Where's the 13th floor?"
When you're done with a workout, you gotta be like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Wow.
They're not doing burpees like Kendrick Lamar is doing in that video I seen go viral lately.
What's that?
And they're not doing burpees like I've seen Kendrick Lamar do recently.
Oh, they do burpees. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, burpees like the primary workout over there.
You know what a burpee is? I'm just
Yeah, I
kidding.
would.
I'm just
Nope.
kidding.
Look at this, dude.
Hey, I know what it is too. That does not mean I'm doing it, bro.
Oh, when I drink a lot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's a burpee.
Then un burpee.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, I love that he's like, oh man, I'm loving this style. Like, you know what I mean? I get to work out early.
Yeah.
Like, I like the routine.
Yeah, this is nice.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
Club Med almost.
I loved it to an extent. So while I was
Right.
there, I liked it for a while.
Yeah.
And then they have a lot of, so in Orange County, there's so many rules over there. I've been locked up in like a few different cities, and then Orange County was the worst city to be locked up in. Deputies are like complete a-holes, and like compared to the other cities I've been at, and the people there, they're all about program. They're all about like they're all about that life. Like,
What do you think it is, or what? Like,
I
what
think it's just
separates
like
them?
it's like Orange County is just huge, like with a lot of Hispanics, a lot of active gang members.
Mhm.
Like, I think that's what it is. And then Riverside's more like chill. Like even the gang members are more chill than out here than over there.
Yeah, got a lot of hipster gang members out here.
Yeah.
Got a nice little Earl Grey tea and little chai tea with a nice little beanie rolled up properly. You know what I mean? Their
Yeah.
socks showing still.
These guys, they're like that's their life. They like to be there. Like they like doing that stuff. Like it's a part of them. It's what they grew up into.
Wow.
Yeah, it's different in Riverside. You don't really grow up. You can grow up in a gang, but it's not to an extent as Orange County or Los Angeles.
Yeah, because I guess you get that everywhere, but you see, like, around here where I grew up on, like, you get a lot of people wanting to rep sets or be part of, you know, whatever neighborhood and area they're at, but then, like, you get these squares that live in the same neighborhood as them. And I'm like, why didn't you just be like, you know, why didn't you go to school for engineering or, like,
Yeah.
you know, or programming and stuff like your neighbor did? Like, your neighbor's chilling, went to university or whatever, and is working in a career, like, why? You know, if that's your neighbor, literal, and you're repping a set, holding it down, like, you're kind of choosing to, you know, around here, in certain parts, obviously, it seems like some people are choosing to, like, want to be that, you know.
Yeah, I think they
that
don't know any
lifestyle.
better though. I think it's like they haven't been shown a better way.
Right,
And that's
right.
the sad part. Like,
Yes, yeah.
There's been people I've been locked up with, and then they're getting out, and there was this one guy who's like, "Oh, I'll see you soon." And I'm like, "What do you mean, man?" And he's like, he gave me his phone number. He's like, "Call me whenever you want. I'll put money on you have to put money on to answer calls."
Yeah.
He's like, "I'll put money on." He's like, "You need anything? Let me know. I'll put money on your books." And he's like, "I'll see you soon." I'm like, "What do you mean you'll see me soon?" I'm like, "Don't you want to go out and like better your life?" He's like, "No, this is my life."
That's
Damn, dude,
heartbreaking, man. That's
Yeah, I
heartbreaking.
told him like that's sad, dude. Like that's a sad life.
Yeah, dude. Did you have any stints in juvie before you
No.
were an adult? Okay.
No.
So your first run-ins with the law was an adult.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of these people were running in with the laws like since juvie, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Since they were minors, they were born in that kind of stuff. Because I know some like friends, little brothers and stuff that like are in juvie right now, and you know, visiting them and stuff like that, and go seeing what's up, and then they talk about like, nah, dude, I'm still holding it down over here. I'm like, bro, who do you think's holding it down for you in the streets for you, dog? Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, they ain't coming to visit you. Like,
Yeah.
your family is. So, it's tough to see. It's tough to see that stuff.
When you think of that guy, Logan, is there a part of you that, you know, like was that like a crucial part of you kind of like transitioning into wanting to better yourself, or like once you got out?
Yeah. So when I was in there, they were offering classes.
Uh-huh.
They were offering classes that you actually get credit for at college.
Okay.
And there was like a bunch of different classes, like substance abuse, relationship classes, like GED classes. I already had my high school diploma, but
Uh-huh.
it's a bunch of classes that they offered, and I just took as many classes as possible. And what made me most want to get out of there and like change my life around was seeing how the deputies treat us. Like, you have to have your hands in your pocket, your heads down. Like, if you look up at all, like, they'll straight up be like, "What the F are you looking at? Like, put your effing head down." Like, and like you feel belittled. Like,
Yeah.
you want to talk, like, you want to say something to them, but you can't. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
And sometimes they'll like people will say something to them, and you'll see what happens to them. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
and I've seen deputies like beat up inmates like totally messed up. I've even seen people that aren't all there in the head get beat up by the deputies. Like it's messed up.
Yeah. What do you think happened to these deputies growing up? Do you think they were bullied in high school, like to be able to to abuse their power as in that situation? I always when I deal with a cop or anyone with authority that tries to abuse their power, I always am just thinking, I'm like, dude, did you get like bullied in high school, or like you got mistreated, so now you're taking it out because you have power, or that's why you went to the the academy to be able to make sure that never happens again? Because I don't know, I have also ran into some really cool cops, that have like I know if they talk and say what they're doing, and they've let people go for like non-violent crimes because they're out there trying to actually get violent, they seem like they care more about the community, and then other cops who are just like just throwing people around and stuff like that. What do you think about that? Like what do you think it takes for like the deputies just mistreating? Is it every single deputy or that's in there is just abusing their power and abusing the people in there?
No, so I think it depends on where you go. So I think I've never been in LA County, but I would assume LA County is the same.
Yeah.
And then Orange County, just because the people I was in with, like compared to Riverside, the inmates over there were a lot different than the inmates in Orange County. So I think they kind of have to be like that. Like they have to say like, put your head down, don't look at us. Like
Right.
they have to be like that person.
Yeah.
So they don't get walked over.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always think too, like the first thing that comes to mind is people always that that they're a product of their environment, right? And if they get every day it's something that you're dealing with, but it still doesn't excuse the fact that there's got to be a way to make sure that you're doing your job to rehabilitate these unfortunate souls that are there. You know what I mean? And
Poor unfortunate souls.
Yeah, Aladdin.
Nope, not Aladdin.
No, what is that from? Oh.
Ariel.
Yeah, Little Mermaid, dude. You're right.
Yes,
Dang,
sir.
I should know that.
Come on, I was cool. My daughter's younger.
Oh.
I watched it more recently.
Yeah. So, man, yeah, no, that
Yeah.
does, man. It's,
I mean, that's a good point. It's just something I always wondered.
Yeah.
You're right. It is probably, like you said, people are a little bit more loked out in that prison, so maybe they
Yeah.
got to, they don't want to get walked over. So that's another thought. It's a nicer thought to think of than just people just bullying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like kind of taking out on the wrong people kind
Right.
of stuff.
I would say there's definitely some of that, like in some officers, you see the people that got bullied and they want to
Yeah.
become officers to like.
Yeah.
For that, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what they need? Your guys' homie, your therapist.
yeah,
Well,
shout out Fernando.
definitely, yeah.
Shout out Fernando. Fernando would save these guys, and they maybe smile a little bit more.
Yeah, man.
Tell the deputy.
Yeah.
Hey, smile more, sweetheart. You look cuter that way.
Oh,
I would never make it in
Yeah.
prison.
yeah. Hey, come here, funny guy. You're like,
Yeah,
oh,
exactly. Oh yeah,
Man.
fudge.
When you were taking these courses, who's teaching them? Is it like legit, like professors that are in there? Are they volunteers or?
Yeah, so it's professors from. So the school that I was taking the classes are from Santiago Canyon College,
Cool.
and it's actual professors there, and they work for a program called Project Rise, and they help with expungement. So if anybody's out there like with a criminal record, there's this program. It's called the Access Project, and if you look it up, like any college, majority of colleges have it, and they'll help you get your stuff expunged. Like all you have to do is show you're trying to better your life, and take like do whatever you have to do to better your life, and you can get it expunged. Like a good amount of the cases, maybe not all, but if you have like numerous cases, and you could get some of them expunged,
Yeah.
and it looks a lot better than having a whole rap sheet.
I know we're going to be running short on time here, but can you maybe go a little bit more into detail? I think that's an important thing, right, Eric? What do you think?
Yeah. I know that San Bernardino has something as well out here that does the record expungement. But yeah, you go on.
Yeah,
about
like
more.
is there like a detailed, maybe like a website or something they can go on, or?
Yeah, so it's called accessproject.org.
Okay.
And then you'll get in contact. Like you do have to take college classes. So you could take something easy though. Like you can take what's the one called? It's called
Underwater basketball, you mean?
You could take like academic skills and it'll
Sure.
show you like elementary math, like very basic things.
Mm-hmm.
And so you'll be taking those classes, and it's something like that's very easy, and you can still get your stuff expunged. Like, and then once you like familiarize yourself with like what you haven't had in a while, like math, like say you haven't
Sure.
done it in a while, academic skills would be perfect for that.
Yeah.
And then you could take like actual college classes,
Mhm.
and then just still get a degree and still like be something. Like
Who introduced you to that?
it was actually Santiago Canyon. So when I got out, I happened to move in with my uncle who lived in Orange County,
Uh-huh.
and they were right by Santiago Canyon College, and so I ended up enrolling in there.
Did you see a professor that you saw while you were
No,
in graduate?
so-
That'd been rad.
Hey, you look familiar, kid.
Hey, what a cool like bunch of professors, because
Shout
they're not
out,
getting
man.
paid as much as they are at their universities or the colleges, going in there.
Yeah.
So that's rad. Yeah, man. Speaking of like the record expungement, like a couple of my buddies, they happen to have like felony records for like violent crimes or whatever, but they know more about politics, and this was like years ago for what they had done, but like they know more about like politics and like the bills that are like going on, and they get so bummed that they can't vote. You know what I mean? So like it's nice to know that they can if they go through this
That
process.
law has changed now. So now felony people with felonies can vote.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess there you go. There's me not knowing.
Yeah, it just recently changed not too long ago.
Oh, okay, yeah. But my buddy would be like, dude, like just talking stuff, and I'm like, if it wasn't on John Oliver or The Daily Show, dude, I don't think I know it. Like, so it's a beautiful thing for that at least.
Man. Hey, where's Andrew at, man?
Andrew, where you at, bro? He said we got 15 minutes left. He's gonna
Yeah,
drop in the last
yeah.
15 minutes. Well, thank goodness you guys were able to come by. So
For sure, man.
Yeah.
Man, so then so you start taking classes, and then how long, or like what was the length of time that you still had to serve or that you still had to be in there for?
So I did 9 months. I was sentenced to upstate, but I did all my time because of COVID.
Uh-huh.
So COVID prevented me from going upstate. I just missed the bus, and a lot of people are like, upstate's a lot better because you most of the time get like kicked out early. Like you end up getting released early.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot better food up there. The food's not very great in county.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I did 9 months, and then I got transferred to Riverside because I had a bunch of cases piled up on me. Like, so while I was in for those 9 months, case after case kept popping up, and I'm like, damn, like this is, like they were building up a case on me, and
Yeah.
then they were just getting me.
Can you disclose how many you had?
And
It's
what-
over. I don't want to disclose the exact
Yeah.
amount,
Right.
but yeah.
Was it for the store, like allegedly hitting other stores, or just a variety of things?
It's grand theft, robbery,
Oh,
and
okay.
yeah, it's all theft related.
Right. Okay. Because anything over a grand's grand theft, right?
Yes.
Grand
yeah.
Theft Auto. Okay. Yeah. So, sorry. Back to.
Snuck that in there, dude.
I had to.
Call back.
Can't wait for the six. Can't wait for six to come out.
Man, so 9 months, and then what was that like after?
Oh, so I got transferred to Riverside to finish up all my cases. And so at first my bail went from $200 and something thousand, so I couldn't get bailed out while I was in Orange County. Nobody had that money.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up getting transferred to Riverside, and then COVID like ended up kicking down a lot of my stuff to where my bail was a lot less than $250,000. It was now $10,000. And then I called up my family. I'm like, hey, can you guys bail me out? Like, I've been in here for 9 months. Like, can you guys bail me out? They're like, no, Logan, you said this before, like, because they would bail me out all the time,
Yeah.
and then I would just go back like real quick. And this time they're like, no, we're not gonna bail you out. Like, you said that to us so many times. I'm like, this time I spent 9 months. So I'm like, I didn't spend 9 months before.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we're not gonna bail you out.
Yeah.
So I ended up calling one of my friends, and he ended up bailing me out. He bailed me out. I went straight to rehab. Did rehab. I did inpatient program for about 30 days. And then I did outpatient for, I don't know how long, but it's a pretty good amount of time.
So what drove you to go just straight into rehab? Was that just knowing better, or was that just something that you told yourself you were gonna do? Like what?
I just knew, like, so I knew that, like, I've always had a drug problem. Like, if it was pills, like, I always mess around with pills. I always mess around with some drug, like, ever since high school. So I knew, like, I need to get a hold of, like, my drug habit.
Man, that's got to be a realization, right? Like kind of a come to Jesus conversation with yourself, man. It's like, what am I doing? How old were you at this time?
This was back in, I had to be like around 26. Wow. Yeah, 26 is when I got out.
Oh, I think I was still getting Pokemon at 26. Pokemon Go had still been out. I'm like, I'm getting myself a Charizard.
Roaming around everywhere.
Yeah, got my steps in until I learned to hack it.
As much as I hate to talk about COVID, how did COVID impact like the whole system? I guess I would say.
So it kicked a lot of people out. There was a lot of people in there when I first got there, and then a lot of people got released because of COVID. And they were releasing some wild people. Like in Orange County, there was this whole article about some pedophiles getting released, and
Jesus.
they were releasing them, and then they were releasing a lot of people with similar cases to mine. And I'm like, why am I not getting released? Like, but they released a bunch of people, so it was like half the jail after COVID hit. And then it was nice because at first you had to share. It was all the bunks. They're pretty close to each other, and it's 1% on top, 1% on the bottom. And after COVID hit, it was 1% on each bunk. So it was nice because you have the top as like your shelf.
Oh, nice. Hey, I gotta ask, do you know anyone, or were people catching COVID in prison? Like, were a lot of people getting sick in there?
There was a lot of people getting COVID, yeah.
Oh man, it's horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a good amount. I don't know exactly how many, but people are catching COVID.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I imagine everyone
The
close.
COs were bringing them in, right? Like how would it get in there, right? Like COs were bringing it in.
Well, that or maybe visitors. I'm not sure.
They stopped visitation.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it sucked because.
Okay. Oh
yeah,
man.
it was bad.
Yeah. Because it's usually once a week.
I didn't get visit
Right.
much.
Okay. Yeah, but I know certain places that I've been able to go visit.
I believe it is like
about once a week or something.
Yeah.
So that makes people's what they look forward to. So that.
Yeah, I got like maybe 2-3 visits while I was there.
Yeah.
Who visited if you can disclose or
My
want
grandpa and my mom.
to? Shout out to grandpa and mom,
My
dude.
grandpa's always been there for my.
Yeah.
He gets it. People make mistakes, huh? If anyone gets it, it's Gramps.
Yeah.
I can't help to notice, man, but your demeanor when you said that, you know, and it, I felt for you in that moment, man, because it, you know what I mean? But like at that time, like what was that part of your motivation to, you know what I mean, to get better? Like not, you know, getting visited or not seeing anybody or.
Yeah, it did suck. Like it sucked that my family lost their trust in me.
Right.
Because I had the most trust out of every single person in my family. Like out of all my siblings, like my siblings trusted me the most. Like, like my mother trusted me the most. Everybody trusted Logan the most. Like they went to me for everything and anything.
Yeah.
And then once I got on drugs, it was total different story. Once I went down the route my father went down, like they just totally disregarded like everything, I would say. And
Is that part of the fuel now?
Yeah, dude, like it sucks. Like there's times where my sister will be like, "Oh, you did this like that," and then you don't get credit. I'm like, you forgot what else I did, like everything else I did for you guys. Like,
Sure. Yeah.
I was the only brother. Like there's plenty of stuff that
All these fights I'm sure you got into.
I got in a bunch of fights because my
Jeez.
sisters, like they
Come
didn't
on,
have
girls.
anybody else besides me.
Come
Yeah.
on, girls.
And I held it down too.
Come
That's
on,
right.
girls.
That's right, dog. Oh, man. We got about 5 minutes before we have to get out of here. Logan, I want to say thank you again for being part of the show, man. You're more than welcome anytime you want to come back and chop it up, shoot the shoot.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem, man. We could have you here next time when we could just cover some funny, lighthearted news articles and just shoot the shoot, man.
Yeah.
Luis, this is probably gonna be the last time I invite you over here. I was hoping you were gonna bring your Oculus Rift.
It's my Morrissey shirt.
It's the Morrissey shirt.
Happy birthday, Morrissey. I love you.
Oh man,
It's his birthday today too, dude.
I only know the Smiths songs, so I was like,
Without Morrissey, there's no
Man.
Smiths.
I know. I'm just saying, I don't know any OG Morrissey. Charming man. right? Is that, did I get it there? Let me hear you do a Morrissey. I feel like I wasn't that far off.
I think Morrissey, man, on a good day, it sounds like, well, here's my ode to Morrissey.
Yes.
It's like, you made me laugh now, dude.
Sorry.
We have to play something for him, dude. It's his birthday. Tomorrow, we play It's Not Your Birthday Anymore, which is one of his songs as well.
Oh, nice. I'm going to eat some nice steak when I get home for his
Nice.
birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this, but when Morrissey plays festivals, he doesn't allow any of the food trucks or vendors to sell any meat while he's performing.
Wow.
Huh.
Yeah.
Is he vegan or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. And he's like the worst kind of vegan. Because, yeah, go eat healthy, whatever, man. That's dope for you guys. But, like, the worst kind of vegan and vegetarians are like, hey.
Food shaming, all that.
Yeah, it's like, hey, do you guys know that I'm vegan? Like, no one cares, man. Like, that's cool, dude. Like, I don't tell you that to eat a bunch of Doritos. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. So I'm sorry. Go on about
No.
your.
It's all right. Man. Morrissey, love
Did
you.
Morrissey get you through some rough times? Is he your Blink 182? To me,
Blink. Oh, that's your Blink 182, is that what you said?
I think so. I think
Really?
Blink 182 is my Morrissey.
I do like Blink 182.
Freaking right, dude.
Your voice.
Dude,
Jeez.
that was
Thank
awesome.
you. That's all I.
That was good. That was good.
It's not your birthday anymore.
Damn, that's good. That's all I good.
Dude, you
It's
know what?
auto-tune.
I'm surprised that you ended up
That
with
was pretty good.
yeah, I'm surprised you ended up with like not an emo or goth chick based off that vocal right there.
There's no need to be kind to you. All right,
Morris kind of does sound like Kermit the Frog.
does.
I've never kind of noticed that. Sing, was it the Rainbow Connection? Just
man.
bashing Morrissey. Sorry, guys.
It's all
It's
right, dude.
a
It's his
hot
birthday.
take. It's a hot take. How old do you know? Do you know how old he turned?
Ooh, I should, but I don't. I'm gonna say, God, he's probably 60. My best guess is 69. Can you look it up?
Cool guess, dude. Morrissey age 65.
Ooh, sorry, Morrissey.
That was pretty close, dude. 65. So Morrissey and my mother have the same birthday.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say, my mom, you gotta bet you're the better birthday on today. So
Yeah.
happy birthday, mama. Rosa T. Thanks again, Logan, for being a part of the show. So shout out to the accessproject.org. So it's the Access Project, accessprojectca.org. You can go ahead and look into getting your record expunged, and tap. I guess tap is the little acronym that they have for
Yes.
it. Yeah. So you can go ahead and tap that. Was that good?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
All right, guys. You guys want to say anything before we have to get out of here?
Andrew, you suck.
Andrew, you suck.
Thank you guys for having me.
See, he's a
Andrew,
nice
lucky.
guy, dude.
Yeah, Andrew's
He's such
so
a nice
lucky.
guy, dude.
You're
I'm
so
telling you.
lucky, dude. You're lucky he's a reformed man.
Yeah.
A reformed man. All right, guys. Thank you so much again for listening to Palm Trees in Progress Presents on NBC KCAA 102.3 FM, 106.5 FM, and tips 1050 AM in the Inland Empire and worldwide on all streaming platforms. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube and our Instagram at Palm Trees in Progress. Check out our website. Keep it going. Let's go. I want that singing more. At palmtreesinprogress.com. You guys get a chance. And thanks for tuning in as always.
You shut your mouth. How can you say?
All right, guys. Bye. Thanks again.